In this webinar, we're going to be looking at all the different components that make up the XenMobile suite and how they work together to give you a complete mobile solution. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the XenMobile suite. We're then going to take a look at the core component of the XenMobile device manager. This is the security component. This component will deliver all of the security policies that you would like to your Android and iOS devices. We're then going to take a look at the application controller. Now, the application controller is your one-stop shop for application delivery in the XenMobile suite. Even if you're integrated with XenApp and XenDesktop, we'll integrate the application controller with the storefront server and deliver all of your XenApp and XenDesktop applications through the application controller. In addition, the application controller provides us fine-grained control of MDX applications so that we can manage the inter-application communication policies on the mobile device and ensure that all corporate data is safe and secure. We're then going to take a look at our cloud-based data storage share file. This makes your files and folders available to you no matter what device you connect from, because we can access our share file in the cloud. We're then going to take a look at the NetScaler, which is a component to increase security, provide SSL offload capabilities, as well as to assist us in delivering micro VPN technology to the back-end environment to secure your application's access through into your corporate environment. We're then going to take a quick look at the feature summary and packaging. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to do a quick demo of how to create a deployment package on the mobile device manager, and we'll look at the steps to actually enroll a mobile device. So let's get started. Let's take a look at XenMobile suite of products. So XenMobile is basically a revolutionary way to mobilize your business. Okay, mobility has always been an issue within corporations. Okay, with our new mobile solutions bundle, we're going to provide you access to everything that you might want as a user from your mobile device to perform your work functions. So when it comes to XenMobile, we offer a complete stack for managing and securing applications, data, and devices. So we can perform application management through the application controller, delivering applications out to a variety of different mobile devices. Okay, we can provide our data management through ShareFile in the cloud so that users have 24/7 access to the files and folders that they need. We can also provide secure device management with our device manager system by setting security policies within the environment. Like if a device is lost or stolen, we could set to selectively wipe that device or to even fully wipe that device so that no data would be breached. So what problems does XenMobile help us solve? First, we get data management. We can secure our data through device encryption, okay, authentication, app containerization, and cloud file services. We have application management. We can manage what applications are being delivered to the device, who can access those applications, and how they can access their data. We can push policies out to the device to secure the device, such as enforcing a passcode policy or disabling the camera on a particular device. And we can control our device through automated actions such as to lock or selectively wipe a device if it has been lost and stolen. Or you can even, through the GPS capabilities of iOS and Android, set up a geofence. And you can set an automated action to selectively wipe or lock a device if it leaves or breaches the perimeter of your geofence. So here's our solution. We're going to go ahead and use ShareFile for secure cloud storage service and for data and file management. We're going to use the mobile device manager for all of our security and device level policies. We're going to use the application controller to control our applications both as we deliver them and inter-application communication on the device itself. We're going to add in the NetScaler for scalability and additional security when applications need to access back-end resources or we need to provide intranet browsing within your corporation. XenMobile itself comes in 3 editions. So we do have the MDM edition, which comes with just the device manager, the NetScaler gateway, the XenMobile NetScaler connector, which is utilized for integration with Exchange, allowing us to pull ActiveSync filters directly from our Exchange environment, and it will allow the NetScaler to allow or deny ActiveSync connections within your environment based on the filter. We're also going to include ShareFile Standard and Go to Assist so that your help desk can support your users. We then have the XenMobile Application Edition. Okay, this includes the application controller, which is used to deliver all applications within your environment. It also allows us to implement policy control between applications once they have been deployed to a particular remote device. This also comes with the NetScaler gateway to provide additional security and scalability. This comes with Storefront so that you can integrate with your XenApp and XenDesktop environments and deliver not only mobile applications, but your full suite of corporate applications out to your mobile devices. This also comes with ShareFile Standard. We then have the XenMobile Enterprise Edition. Now with the Enterprise Edition, we get everything. So we get the device manager to provide security capabilities onto our mobile devices. We have the application controller for the delivery of applications. We have the NetScaler gateway and the connector to work with our Exchange. We have the gateway to provide security and scalability, as well as micro VPNs for application access to your internal network. We're going to get Storefront for integration with XenApp and XenDesktop. We're going to get ShareFile Enterprise Edition so that we can manage all of our remote data storage needs, as well as Go to Assist, so your help desk users can support your mobile users. So here is more of an architectural picture of what we're looking at. Okay, so here you can see that a mobile device would in fact connect through the NetScaler gateway to either the mobile device manager server or the application controller server, as well as we could basically connect into our ShareFile environment as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the capabilities of our XenMobile device manager. Okay, the mobile device manager, also commonly referred to as the MDM or XDM, is basically software that secures, monitors, and manages all of your mobile devices. Okay, it can basically, when your mobile devices enroll into a mobile device management environment, this is an over-the-air deployment. Okay, once they're enrolled, okay, then basically the mobile device manager is going to continue to handle all of the functions throughout the entire life cycle. So basically we're going to be able to configure, provision, secure, support monitor, and then decommission a device if necessary. Okay, this is a new era of growing mobile devices within corporations. Very often corporations have bring your own device programs. Okay, and our mobile device manager solution allows customers to get any device they want, but to do so in a secure manner. It also allows the corporation to know that if a device is compromised, that we have the capabilities of selectively wiping it, locking it, ensuring that no corporate information or email is available on the device in the event there's a problem with that particular device. So what does it do? It actually provides IT the ability to manage, control, and support your mobile devices. It does this by pushing policies out to the device and then enforcing them. Okay, you can also perform auto-configuring, location, and supporting of devices. Okay, you can basically deploy internal and third-party mobile apps. Now, although the mobile device manager can perform an application deployment, it does not have the capacity to control application communication on the device itself. So if you really want to deploy apps, you're going to want the application controller because it gives us that fine-grained control of being able to prevent a corporate application from cutting and then pasting to, say, Facebook or something else like that, where you would definitely not want that to be available. Okay, we can also selectively wipe corporate applications and data off of the device at any time. We can actually block unauthorized or jailbroken devices from enrolling in our MDM environment. Okay, and of course all of this is accomplished by utilizing the vendor APIs, okay, that are built into the mobile operating systems. So we can provide certain levels of control of mobile devices that are enrolled in our corporate mobile device management environment. Okay, it also makes life easier for IT. We can configure both corporate and bring your own device settings. Okay, we can integrate with all of our resources in a centralized role-based way. And in fact, when we do enrollment using the mobile device manager, it's likely we're going to do so via an email or an SMS text out to the mobile user. And we can actually flag a device as being employee-owned or corporate-owned at the time we send the invitation. So the device starts out with a flag and we'll pull different policies if it's a bring your own device scenario versus policies that you would want to push if it is a corporate-owned device that the employee is using. Okay, we're going to go ahead and integrate with Active Directory because we want to leverage our LDAP environment for group-based policy configurations, okay, and over-the-air deployment to users. Yeah, it's also going to provide me some help desk functions, remote support tunnels, so our remote support can get in and help users with their device, as well as troubleshooting for mobile users. It's going to provide monitoring and reports on the device. We can do things like adding application inventories to a package. Once that's deployed, then an application inventory would be pushed up to the mobile device manager, and I could see all of the applications that had in fact been installed on that device. I will also be able to see the device status and any security and compliance status right through my MDM dashboard. I can see all of that information. Okay, so what else? It can deploy applications, policies, and configurations automatically over the air out to users. It can then decommission a device if it's lost, stolen, replaced, or if an employee leaves the company. And we can take a security action in the event of loss, theft, or again, user departure. Okay, so examples of some policies that we might push out to a mobile device using our mobile device manager is a passcode or a lock screen policy. So we're going to require that they have a passcode defined. We could disallow the simple passcodes. We could set an auto lock time value, and we can set minimum and maximum password lengths. Additionally, we can set a whole bunch of different restriction policies. So I could disable the installation of certain applications. Okay, I could also disable additional hardware on the device, like the camera. Okay, I could disable iCloud, Google Play, App Store, and I could enforce Wi-Fi and VPN policies, basically stating that the device has to be connected to a Wi-Fi or a VPN for certain things to take place within the environment. Okay, additionally, with the Wi-Fi policies, I can actually pre-populate my internal Wi-Fi network so users don't actually have to remember the Wi-Fi ID and password to gain access to it. So that's going to eliminate a lot of help desk calls as users come into different locations within your corporation and they want to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so here's what we see with just our MDM edition. We're going to get some mobile device management, jailbreak detection, selective or full wipe. We're going to have geolocation tracking for iOS and Android, passcode enforcement. We do have the ability to push applications, but we don't get that fine-grained control for inter-application communication like we do with the app controller. Okay, here's we are going to get the native mail client access control. Okay, we're going to get Wi-Fi and VPN access control, and we also can provide our users with access to SharePoint servers and network drives where they may already have information stored that they need to gain access to. So on the client side, you're going to have Works Home. Okay, Works Enroll has been discontinued, so we're going to go ahead and use Works Home. This is going to be kind of our main container. Okay, where we're going to go ahead and work from. On the server side, we're going to have the mobile device manager. We're going to have the NetScaler gateway and the XenMobile NetScaler connector, which again is for integration with Exchange and ActiveSync filters. Now let's take a quick look at the XenMobile app controller. Okay, now the app controller is our one-stop shop for all apps. Okay, it is a little Linux-based server. It does give you the ability to secure, manage, and control applications on your mobile devices. Also, it provides the MDX technology, which is a containerization technology with which I can wrap applications for deployment. Now, when applications are wrapped into an MDX container, that is when we get all of that really nice inter-application communication. So I can allow an application or corporate applications to copy and paste as long as it's a corporate delivered application, but to not copy and paste outside of corporate delivered applications. So again, they would be unable to copy something out of their corporate email and then paste it onto Facebook or Wikipedia or wherever. Okay, so we do get that nice fine-grained control of the applications when they are wrapped in MDX. Now, MDX is an application development platform, so you could develop an application using this technology. You could also wrap an application using this technology, and some applications will come already wrapped in MDX if they're very popular. We do have an application gallery where you can check and see if the application you're interested in has already been wrapped into MDX. So what can the app controller do? It can securely deliver apps, okay, both via the app controller and application stores. Okay, and you can take that one step farther and say, and Zen app and Zen desktop. Okay, it can secure email on any iOS or Android device. It does give us secure intranet browsing. We do have the micro VPN technology, which is dependent upon having the NetScaler in place for access. Okay, we can impose policy controls on iOS and Android applications. Okay, we can control data accessibility with our applications. Each of our little applications is going to get a secure data vault to store their own data, and then they also get a shared vault in case they need to share data amongst themselves. Okay, this is instead of encrypting the entire device. Okay, and we can have really nice control of how we're even managing our keys. Okay, because even when you encrypt an entire device, all of the keys are stored on the device. With the app controller, we can separate out those keys and basically do key storage on the application controller itself. So again, in the event that a mobile device was in fact compromised, there would be no way to get into that key store and to decrypt all of our corporate information. Okay, we fully support SAML federation and Active Directory-based identity management on the application controller. Okay, so the types of applications that we work with for the application controller are MDX apps. These are native applications that are going to live on the device, like WorksMail or some other third-party app that we've taken and wrapped up utilizing our MDX technologies. Okay, we can deliver XenApp and XenDesktop applications so that on the go, our users can get access to any application that they might need within our XenApp, XenDesktop virtual applications. Okay, and of course we can also provide things like access to web apps. And not only can we provide access to them, we can provide single sign-on for them. So a user can sign on once, gain access to any application that they need to gain access to. Additionally, the app controller does have the capacity to auto-provision accounts for web apps. So let's say you have Salesforce, you have a new sales guy, he's in the sales group in Active Directory. We have the app controller set up to automatically provision an account for anybody who requests the Salesforce app if they're a member of the sales group in Active Directory. So then we would auto-provision the account and password. We would maintain it for single sign-on. The user would never even know it was that they had a username and password to gain access to Salesforce. So we can do all of that really cool stuff. We can also enforce workflows so that users cannot pull applications without management approval. So if we have sensitive applications, we can basically assign a workflow, and within that workflow, we can say manager must approve, at which point a user could request an app, an email would be sent off to the manager, and when they approve the app, then of course the user could download that app. Okay, so we have the different types of apps. We have MDX, which is our containerization technology, gives us all that nice inter-application communication. We have HDX, which is our XenApp, XenDesktop, full corporate suite of applications being delivered right out to your mobile device. And then, of course, we can offer SaaS apps, okay, or cloud-based web apps available that our users need to perform their job functions. Okay, so more on our Works apps. So we do have some Works apps. Okay, they are mobile applications that have actually been designed for business, and we can deliver them directly through our XenMobile suite of application, or XenMobile application controller, or XenMobile, but we get more control if we do it through the application controller. The Works app SDK makes it really simple for ISVs, system integrators, enterprise developers, whoever they want to build mobile apps. And with relatively minimal effort, you can wrap up existing iOS and Android applications to add in all that additional security and inter-application communication. Okay, we can also make them available on an internal storefront or in our public application stores. Okay, so who develops them? Well, anybody. So Citrix develops the applications like WorksMail and WorksWeb, GoToMeeting, GoToMyPC, Podio, and ShareFile. ISVs can develop them by leveraging our SDK, and enterprises can use the SDK to either develop their own Works apps, or Works enable their existing apps by wrapping them into the MDX technology. Okay, so our Works mobile apps. Okay, so there you can kind of see what we offer. Built for business, delivered by XenMobile. Okay, keep in mind any app can be a Works app. There's also a very nice application gallery where you can find already Works-enabled mobile apps from Citrix and third parties. So here's a quick little summary of our application edition. So with our XenMobile app edition, we get our application management, federated single sign-on. We get secure email and browsing. We can do automated account provisioning for web or SaaS apps. We can enforce workflow. Okay, so a user can't download an app without management or other party approval. Okay, we have policy-based inter-application security on the mobile device. Okay, we are going to get our application-specific micro VPNs when the applications need to access the intranet. That is handled through the NetScaler component, and we get a unified corporate application store. So now, let's take a look at ShareFile. Okay, so ShareFile is a cloud-based file sharing service. Okay, you can store and sync files securely across all of your devices. You can share files securely either inside or outside of your organization. You can store extremely large files, up to 100 gigs in size. And you can manage and control all of the file and data sharing. Okay, so basically this one's a win-win. Okay, so it's a win-win for both IT and end users. So IT likes it because we can set up storage zones and storage zone connectors. Okay, so I can basically point out, use my connectors to map in my existing network shares and my existing share file servers so that I don't have to re-architect my file storage within my entire network just because I've decided to add in ShareFile. We get nice centralized management. We can implement native device security policies. We get nice reporting, notifications, good security features. You can do custom branding for your ShareFile, as well as on-demand synchronization for virtual desktops. Okay, it's also a win for users. Okay, because now they can basically get their data and from any device. Okay, they can use Microsoft Outlook plugin, Windows Explorer, Mac Finder integration. Okay, so your ShareFile location looks like any other file. Whether they're a Microsoft user or a Mac user, it's in the same place. So they don't have to learn a new way of accessing files. Again, they get the very large file support. They get built-in mobile content editors. So they don't have to download a file, make an edit, and re-upload the file. They can actually edit it with the mobile content editor and just be done. Okay, they get mobile access to network shares and SharePoint. Okay, it looks like there's a little asterisk there that says coming soon. It's not coming soon, it's here. Okay, so you get your access to your SharePoint. You get your simple, intuitive, it's a nice collaboration experience. Users don't have any trouble learning it. It's very easy. Okay, and of course users can also manage all of their own personal settings. Okay, so when we integrate XenMobile with ShareFile, ShareFile is going to provide us a nice platform for our mobile devices and users to store, update, and share data files. Okay, these are going to be secured. Okay, we're going to be able to audit it. Redundancy is going to be enforced. Okay, via scheduled backup and maintenance. Okay, it's going to be a highly available environment with centralized administrative control. Okay, now to ensure security, ShareFile does require users or enables them to send links from ShareFile. Okay, again, where you have centralized control and auditing capabilities. And applications can use ShareFile as their storage location, okay, by using the RESTful API. Okay, so ShareFile enables our mobile work style. So here you can see the ShareFile app is available across the board. Okay, so it doesn't even matter what kind of mobile device you have, the ShareFile application is going to be there. We can go ahead and deploy that out for our users via the app controller. Okay, they can select to install it and then gain access to all of their saved files and folders, okay, as well as upload new files and folders. Okay, it's mobile optimized ShareFile website. We can also access, share, and sync files from any device. Okay, you can access data residing on a network share or on a SharePoint server. Okay, and if the administrator doesn't actually create that for you, okay, users, if you give them permission, can actually create their own connectors and point to their own favorite SharePoint locations via the mobile app. We do have the built-in mobile editor for editing on the go. Okay, we have offline access, okay, and the ability to edit and then resynchronize the document back. We support PDF annotation. All right, let's take a look at the gateway. This is another component in our XenMobile suite. So the NetScaler gateway is an application delivery controller. Okay, it provides lots of benefits to XenMobile solutions. It gives you some nice scalability as well as added security for accessing your environment. The NetScaler comes in actually 3 primary offerings. The MPX is a physical network appliance. The VPX, okay, is a virtual machine that can be loaded up on your Xen server or your VMware or whatever hypervisor you would like. And then we also offer the SDX, which is a high-density consolidation platform. This combines basically our Xen-based virtualization with the appliance benefits of the MPX. It's an MPX with little virtualized VPXs on it, and it gives you up to 40 NetScaler instances running simultaneously without sacrificing any performance or security. Okay, the gateway itself is an SSL VPN. Okay, it is designed to deliver applications and virtual desktops. Some of the key features that we have are we can provide full VPN tunnel access. We get our micro VPN and secure browse functionality for our mobile users when they access through the NetScaler into the internal corporate environment. We have a secure single point of access, so all connections come through the NetScaler. And we have application level policies using our smart access technology for Xen App and Xen Desktop as well. Okay, it is a licensed feature of the NetScaler, and it does come with our XenMobile solution. Okay, so XenMobile with NetScaler. Now, technically, the NetScaler is not required for use with the Mobile Device Manager, the Application Controller, or the Enterprise Solution. Okay, now you might be able to get away with it not having it for the Mobile Device Manager. However, for App Controller and things like micro VPNs, it is required. So we're bordering on that line of it being a required component, and it is certainly a desired component from a security perspective in a mobile solution. It's going to go ahead and enhance your mobile solution by front-ending, acting as a load balancer for all the different XenMobile components, providing some redundancy there, so even if one of the components goes down, it can redirect traffic to another operating component. It can provide caching, okay, for faster delivery. It provides SSL termination and SSL offload, eliminating the need for your back-end systems to perform those costly SSL transactions. Okay, it can provide a single point of access to the servers, applications, and all other network resources. And of course, you're going to select which version of NetScaler that you need based on your company's needs. So when it comes right down to it, we have our XenMobile Enterprise Edition. Our full solution provides us with any application delivered to any device, full security, easy for users, easy for IT. We provide our data management through ShareFile. Okay, the data is follow me data. You get full productivity. We can provide mail securely out to our users, and it's easy for IT to integrate into our Exchange environments. Okay, we have a nice secure application ecosystem by deploying those MDX apps and writing those intercommunication policies to control how those applications are allowed to communicate on the mobile device. Okay, we can create our own custom applications, okay, as well, and we can wrap applications into MDX. Okay, and lastly, of course, with web and SaaS apps, we can provide single sign-on capabilities as well as micro VPN capabilities for access to those web and SaaS apps. So we're basically mobilizing the intranet environment as well. So when you look at all the components put together, here's what we have. So we have our mobile device over here. These are all of the applications that have been deployed into Works Home. These have been deployed either from the application controller over here, okay, or if the application controller is integrated with Storefront, okay, then we're going to get those XenApp and XenDesktop applications also delivered within the environment. And of course, we're going to have access to all of our data via ShareFile. We're going to have access to all of our security policies, okay, with the mobile device manager. And again, if we optionally want to use the NetScaler connector to pull ActiveSync filters from our Exchange environment, then NetScaler can use that ActiveSync filter to allow or deny ActiveSync connections as they come in. So now what I'm going to do is show you a little bit about these devices. I'm going to start out here with the mobile device manager. Okay, now this is where we would implement our security policies. Now here I have a mobile device manager. Here's the dashboard. It shows me all what enrollment has happened in the last 24 hours, if we're in compliance, if any devices have been decommissioned. Here I would see any devices that had been enrolled within my environment. And since this is a new demo environment, nothing has been enrolled yet. Okay, I could then go over here to create my new policies. Now this is really where I create the security for my different target mobile devices. I'm going to walk you through the creation of a policy and then a package, because that is the core functionality of the MDM. So what we're going to do is whenever we want to create a new policy, we have to decide what our target operating system is, what our target mobile operating system is. So I'm going to come down here to iOS and select a configuration. Now I'm going to pick new configuration. Now from here, okay, I can select what type of configuration I would like to create. As you can see, we have quite a few, and obviously since this is a short little video, I don't have time to show you all of them. What I am going to show you is a standard restriction policy. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and create a restriction for an iOS device. I'm going to call this restriction Disable Camera, because that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I can provide a description here as well. Okay, now down here we have the option of allowing a user to actually remove the profile. If it was a corporate-owned device, you may change that. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and click on the next tab, which is going to give me my functionality. Now here's all of the restrictions that I can implement against iOS devices. Here you'll notice I'm going to go ahead and remove the use of the camera since that's what we've decided to do. But you'll notice we can also do things like allowing or not allowing screenshots, AirDrop, okay, allow the installation of apps, okay, so on and so forth. And you'll notice underneath here that it will actually tag a version of iOS that is supported for the various settings. We can then move over to our iCloud settings and remove or add in any restrictions for iCloud. Okay, under security, I can go in and provide information about encrypted backups, limited ad tracking, allow users to accept certain certificates, okay, allow modification of application cellular data settings. Okay, so as you can see, once again, I can't go through them all in this little webinar. I'm just trying to give you a feel for how much we can control. I can go over here to my applications. Okay, here I have the option to allow certain applications or not. And lastly, media content and ratings. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create this little configuration. Okay, and here it is. Now within the MDM, these restrictions, since they might be reused, and we can add more things to a package than just a restriction, okay, the next step in getting this disable camera restriction out would be to create a deployment package. So I'm going to hop right over here. Okay, and again, we start with, okay, iOS. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and select that I want a new iOS package. Maybe. There we go. So now we're going to give it a name. So we're going to call it iOS Disable Camera. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to call it. The next thing is I have to pick who I would like to target. Okay, so we already know it's only going to be deployed to iOS devices, but I also only want to deploy it to domain users. Okay, and here I would see all of my Active Directory groups and I could target. So all domain users that have an iOS device are going to receive this package. Okay, then I come down to resources. And again, we can add a lot of different resources in to a package. Now our resource exists here as the disable camera resource, but we talked about as we were walking through, I could add in automated actions, something like selectively wiping a device if there was a compliance issue. Okay, I could also add in my SharePoint. Okay, if I'd configured SharePoint servers through here, or I could do a software inventory of that device as well. So here's this little resources that are going to be deployed within this package. Then clicks Next. Okay, now I have to determine when I would like this package deployed. Okay, and in this case it's defaulted out to deploy it now. Okay, now this is a very important one because so far this package is applying to all domain users who have an iOS device. Well, I might want to filter it a little bit more than that. So here's where I can add in my filtering rules. So now I could say, oh, I want to add in a new rule. Okay, and I want to limit this based on a user property. Okay, and then you can see here I have these user properties that I can pick off this big list. Okay, so again, this is going to allow me to more granularly control how this package is being deployed out. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel out of this. Okay, then I get my little summary. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and deploy this removal of the camera out to all iOS devices that are domain users. So let's go ahead and click Finish. Okay, so now I've created my new package. Now again, I don't have the time to show you every single little thing, but the other thing I did want to show you is what our application controller looks like that is also configured as part of this environment. Okay, so here we see all applications. Here's all iOS applications. So these would be the applications that I would expect, okay, to be deployed when an iOS user enrolls within my environment. Now what I want you to notice here is that there is no Adobe application. This app controller is actually integrated with my XenApp Xen Desktop environment. Okay, so if I come down here to my Windows apps, I can see that this is actually pointing to my storefront server, okay, and we're integrated, okay, via that URL. So I'm going to pull applications that are not only available here, but also available here, okay, down to my mobile device. Now, enrollment actually takes quite a bit of time, so instead of not talking, I'm going to walk you very quickly through an enrollment I did earlier, which is going to demonstrate exactly the settings that I have shown you. Okay, so here's what it's going to look like as we do our enrollment. Okay, now this is actually my iPad, and that is my dog. Okay, so this is stuff that I went through and enrolled against. Now the first thing I'm going to do is basically download Works Home. Once I have it downloaded, it's going to ask me to enter in my server information. Now in this case, that is the FQDN of my mobile device management environment. Now, of course, if you've got everything integrated and you've sent out an enrollment invitation, okay, a user is not going to be expected to enter that. All they're going to have to do is click the link from their mobile device to start the enrollment process. Okay, now it's going to ask me, would you like to enroll? Of course, I'm going to say yes. Then it's going to ask me who I am. Okay, at this point, I'm user 1. I provide my password. Then it's going to go through a series of installations for things like root certificates and all the environments. On each of these, I'm going to go ahead and click install. Okay, as I move through these. And install again. And like I said, if you were to look at your iOS device afterwards, you see a series of different profiles. So here, this one's been installed. Okay, installed again as we go through multiple different devices. Okay, again, here we see another one. Do you want to install the next profile? Install now. Again, install. So it kind of goes through, which is why I sped it up and put it into slides like this. Okay, then we get our MDM configuration is all complete. Okay, and we would click done. Okay, here we have Works Home would like to use your current location for my GPS stuff. I could say okay. Okay, now here is what my Works Home looks like. So I've just enrolled in my MDM environment, and here is my Works Home. So I would click the little plus button to add in applications. Now here you can see all of the applications that are available. A lot more applications than the ones we saw on the app controller. So we saw Works Mail and Works Web on the app controller. ShareFile was there. Okay, however, things like Adobe Reader, this is coming from my XenApp Xen Desktop environment. Okay, if I want to work with that application. So in this case, I'm going to pick Adobe Reader as an application I would like to use. Okay, so I click on it, I select Add. Now I've got Adobe Reader in my Works Home. Now additionally, some applications may be forcibly installed. Okay, so in this case, we've required installation of Works Web and Works Mail. So here I can see it loading or installing in the background so that I can utilize these Works-enabled applications. Okay, and of course the last thing I want to test is I want to see if I have my camera. Okay, to see if that is actually there. So here's a before and after. Okay, so here's your before picture with my dog. His name is Dalton, by the way. And here I can see my camera. This is a screen capture I took before enrollment. After enrollment, you can see the exact same tab. Now the camera is missing because I'm receiving my security policies from the MDM and I'm receiving applications from my application controller and from my XenApp and XenDesktop environment. So that concludes our little webinar. Thank you for your attention.